it's time for Ghost and Crendor!
Crendor In The Morning.
In the morning! Broadcasting live. Before our recording studio audience. Recording! Wake your ass up! It's up next Crendor In The Morning! Hello there, everybody. It is Friday.
Yeah.
Last day of the week. That really matters.
That wasn't
Get out
really
there
a full
and-
week because a lot of people were off.
That's true. I know we acted like we were, so
Yeah.
only the highest quality non-content this week.
Yeah. We produce such high quality, but then next week we'll have to go back to somewhat lower quality.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that.
All right.
Yes. For those of you who remember yesterday's show, we had a little segment where we talked about David Lynch. And
Yes.
since that time, Crendor and I have been on sort of a David Lynch bender.
Yeah.
And we have seen things that cannot be unseen.
They can't.
He's officially a crazy person. But the best part is, on YouTube, they have all these videos of people interviewing him. And we just watched one where this guy, hipster to the nth degree, like a guy who's like, I totally get you, man, is listening to David Lynch talk about one of his music videos that he made for a song he's singing that's like, Daddy pours beer on her! Like,
Bobby has a red shirt.
like, that's the song. Like, those are the lyrics to the song, and that's the song. It's like, he set his hair on fire! It's crazy.
They're in a backyard barbecue.
Yeah, the video is there's a backyard barbecue, and everyone's repeating the same action over and over again, and it's crazy. And so, David Lynch is describing it like, well, you know, there's rungs on a ladder of enlightenment. And the guy interviewing him is like, yup, that makes total sense.
Exactly what you're talking about. Now, I know that I'm on rung number 37. But what rung are you on, David?
Well, I happen to be on rung number 126 of 1,024 rungs.
The best part is, your David Lynch is wonderful.
And my hair took 8 hours to do this morning.
I'd like to think that David Lynch believes the rungs of consciousness are based on how high you can get your hair.
They probably are. That probably scores you a few bonus points.
It does.
The people in the video, he's like, where are the people in this video? And he's like,
They're pretty low on the ladder.
Oh my god, so we went down this rabbit hole of David Lynch, and we noticed that a bunch of you guys had actually commented on the videos. And Crendor went and found some of those comments, and they are amazing.
Speaking of rabbit holes, David Lynch rabbits.
What we talked about yesterday.
We
The
talked
video
about
with the
yesterday.
rabbits and how it's just like them. It's weird. It's so weird. It's them as people in like a house, and they're just doing people things, but it's like
And there's
real
like
creepy.
the laugh tracks and like people just being like TV style like
But
stuff.
it's very weird and borderline disturbing. And
Some
so
people said, back here again, thanks to Crendor, again. Thanks, Jesse and Crendor. I didn't want to sleep ever again anyways.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm just not hipster enough to appreciate any of this. Thanks, Jesse and Crendor, I guess. God damn it, Jesse and Crendor, what did you get me to watch? And I thought this was about how when we dream, all the characters communicate in what is seemingly gibberish, but when we're unconscious, it makes perfect sense, pertaining to some thought or idea. While we dream, it makes perfect sense, but consciously, it is disturbing. If we were able to view one of our dreams while awake, we'd see dialogue very similar to rabbits. When we wake up, we interpret the gibberish into coherent speech, and which is why we recall dreams. It's normal.
I love that that's the guy's interpretation. Like, well, it's your dream, of course.
And then there's this guy who commented 2 months ago, and he said, not sure what was intended for. Everybody can take away some personal meaning, but I think that there's some universal themes that were intended. Number 1, absurd behavior. Number 2, opposites and similarities. Number 3, elements of modern film entertainment. Some things I took from it. Number 1, people who find this stupid or intelligent are both right. Number 2, rabbits.
Number 2, rabbits.
Number 3, this show is like a drug. Number 4, David Lynch is either completely insane or the only sane person making movies.
That's what the villain in like an action film says. Like the bad guy who's like, "Don't you understand? I am the only sane one."
Oh my god. That has to be in our elf book.
Yes.
The dark elf is just like, either I'm the only sane person and everyone else is insane, or I'm insane.
Do you think I am insane? Help me!
I don't think you're insane at all.
Guy Hero!
Guy Hero. And then he bursts in. He's just like, Guy Hero's here to save the day.
Guy Hero, you think you can stop me? You do not understand.
And then he just punches him in the face and he dies. And he's like, Guy Hero. And then she's like, wow, Guy Hero. That's amazing. And then he just like goes off with her. That's the end of the movie.
That's the end. We don't even give you like what happened to them. He just picks her up and leaves.
And there's just explosions and like monster trucks.
Monster trucks being driven by Keebler elves.
And they're just carrying like cookies in the back.
Instead of confetti shooters, there's cookie shooters.
Yes.
And it ends with, don't want to close my eyes. And then it's just like him driving away in a monster truck with this elf girl.
And then there's a triple rainbow that happens over them.
Then there's all this happiness, right? And then it goes like, after the music, it slowly pans. It's like, water. And it pans away. And then it goes back to the dead body of the bad guy. And his hand slowly raises and it cuts to black.
And then it cuts back. And then a giant drill drills up through the ground and through his body, and the mole men walk out of it.
What?
The mole men take over.
Yes, the mole men. That's the sequel.
And then that's the sequel for Guy Hero.
For Guy Hero versus the mole men. You know what I think would be great? Instead, it'd be like the old 1950s movies, like Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein or that kind of stuff. Like it's Guy Hero meets the mole man.
We just have a giant series of Guy Hero meets everyone.
Guy Hero meets Dracula. You cannot stop me, Guy Hero. That was my Dracula, by the way. You cannot stop me.
He's just like Spanish Dracula.
You cannot stop me, Guy Hero.
You just say Gay Hero?
Guy Hero. although Guy Hero, quite popular with the homosexual community. He is a stud, I'm just saying.
That's true.
Ladies and men love Guy Hero. One, because he's a guy, and two, because he's a hero.
If you don't love Guy Hero, then you're not a human being.
Yeah, you have no hope. And that's why Guy Hero is going to pound it into you.
That's his slogan. If you don't have hope, I'll pound it into you.
Holy crap!
And it's like one of those posters with the guy with the coffee from like World War II, except it just shows Guy Hero and he's like fist pumping the like thing. And it just says like on the top like hope, and then on the bottom just says I'll pound it into you.
Guy Hero!
We've created
the single best action hero ever.
Ever. We'll just have like random like Guy Hero adventures, like Guy Hero goes to the zoo. But when he's at the zoo, this is like 50 years in the Guy Hero.
Oh, okay.
And he's past his prime and we're running out of ideas. It's just like Guy Hero gets a haircut. Guy Hero does his laundry and it's just like, oh, damn it. I washed the whites with the colors.
Guy Hero gets a haircut. It's just him for like 25 minutes getting a haircut, nothing happening. At the end, the guy's like, here's your tip. And he punches him and he flies through a wall. And Guy Hero's like, nice shave or whatever. Close shave. That's how all the videos end. Guy Hero goes to the zoo and they're like, sir, would you like to leave a donation? He's like, I would. And he punches the little girl through a wall. And that's it. And he walks away.
It's just like the end.
Yeah, that's how they all end. Guy Hero goes to the grocery store. He's like, would you like paper or plastic? And he's like, I like fish. And he punches her through the wall.
But we keep you watching through the entire video because you would be like, why don't I just skip to the end? We keep you watching because at one random point, Guy Hero's going to say a random quote.
Oh, and you have to use your secret decoder ring.
Yes.
And that's how you find out what he really meant to say. And it's always something awesome. It's David Lynch-esque. Like, the rung of immortality is only the truth you see within yourself. It's like, holy shit.
And then you use your decoder ring, and it's just like, some people suck.
That's what we need. We need to come up with a David Lynch decoder ring.
Oh, we do.
So when you watch David Lynch films, you just pull out your secret decoder ring, and it tells you what the hell you're watching.
That may be the most useful invention in mankind.
It's about the rabbits in a dream. But the dream is not real. It is the figment of your imagination that is conscious. But the conscious mind shifts so drastically that your subconscious accepts the conscious thoughts into it, expressing emotion in such an odd way that we can't understand.
And your secret decoder ring says, cocaine's a hell of a drug. Well, I think that's a good place to stop. So I guess we should go to Crendor in the Sky in Chapter 7. How's that traffic looking out there, buddy?
Alright, well, I'm flying over the city right now. Glad to be back at work, even though I've been working the past 2 days, and they don't really pay me enough to do this job. But, there's some tornadoes flying around. I guess you might want to watch out for that if you're driving to work. And then, there's a meteor shower. I might get hit by a meteor. You never know. I mean, it's just whatever. Back to you.
I like that there are tornadoes flying around. And I assume they're flinging the meteors. The tornadoes are flinging meteors.
Well, that's why the meteors are flying.
Yes, it makes sense. It's like Twister, but with meteor. It's if someone combined the movies Twister and Armageddon. Don't want to close my eyes. Let's go over to Crendor at the weather desk. Crendor, how's that weather out there today?
Circleville, Utah. In Circleville, Utah, it is 11 degrees Fahrenheit right now with fair skies. South-southwest winds 5 miles per hour, so, not too chilly out there. There's a negative 5-degree dew point, though. So some dry air. Let's take a look at some local tweets from the area.
I like how a weather session has become, let's find some local tweets.
Because
I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. I'm just letting you know.
We went back to the olden days where you didn't have the Weather Channel or news stations. You just asked your friends, like, hey, how's the weather where you are?
Yeah, that's a good excuse to do this.
Burrito Becca says, retweet at Kid President, wish magically I would wake up tomorrow and it's 85 and sunny.
Who is the Kid President?
I don't know.
What? That's an amazing tweeter name.
Tweeter?
Tweeter.
I'm on the tweeter.
Oh, Jero, get off that tweeter.
Gerald.
Mama, I'm Kid President.
Billy Bob Ray Johnson? I thought I told you to stay off tweeter.
But Mama, I'm the Kid President.
He's the Kid President. He says, not far from the tree is where the apple falls.
Kid President sounds like who would be president in the Guy Hero universe.
Yes.
Like, Mr. Kid President. Guy Hero, thank you for joining me. Please sit down. What is it, Mr. Kid President? The world is in danger once again, and we need your help. This mission is highly classified. Anything for you, Mr. Kid President.
Anyway,
Uh-huh.
we also have It's Mimi L, and they say, sometimes sunshine turns to rain, and the same ones you love brings you pain.
What the hell?
Gets better.
Oh, does it?
Bring Out Your Dead says, headstrong in the world with the wind at my back.
I assume because the keyword's wind and things like that, that's why it showed up on weather, because that is nonsense.
Oh, they said, I'm not the best, but I promise to love you with my whole heart. There you go.
On the rung of consciousness, they would be very low.
They are obviously not in tune with their consciousness.
They are
so
very
their
low.
perceptions of what is love, baby don't hurt me, are very far from what love truly is, which no one can truly understand.
Except rabbits dressed as people.
Because rabbits are the creature of the earth.
Makes sense to me.
And that's weather.
All right, now let's go over to sports. Crendor, how's that sports looking?
Sports. The Jordy Nelson's no doubt he's playing Saturday for the Packers. So that may take away some time from Greg Jennings. I'm a little worried about that.
Yeah, if he's not there to carry the team on his back, who will carry the team?
Well, I mean, he's going to be there, but he's not going to be able to carry as hard.
Carry hard, the guy hero story.
And get this. Pretty much all of the quarterbacks in the NFC are rookies.
What does that say, though?
It means a lot of the teams suck.
Yeah, like it says that there aren't just a lot of good quarterbacks. Like they had to get brand new guys in because all the quarterbacks there suck.
Like the Colts have Andrew Luck, and they're extremely lucky they're in the playoffs.
Hell,
The Seahawks have Russell Wilson.
they're extremely Wilson that they're in the playoffs. Hell,
They had the douchebag fail Mary play against the Packers where he threw an interception and they call it a touchdown because they're stupid.
oh, that sounds like a lot of resentment, but okay.
No. And then Robert Griffin III, who's with Washington, and he's the cyborg.
Yeah, but yeah, he's a robot.
So if anyone's gonna win out of the rookies, I say it's RG3. And then there's San Francisco has Colin Kaepernick, who's really good one week.
Also
and,
a robot, but horribly named.
Yes, and he beats the Patriots and does really well one week, and then the next week he does awful against the St. Louis Rams. You don't know what you're gonna get there. And then Atlanta has Matt Ryan, who everybody likes, and then he sucks in the playoffs. And the Packers have Aaron Rodgers and Greg Jennings. So Super Bowl.
Someone is biased. Who could it be?
I don't understand what bias could be. I like how this episode's just me analyzing everything in a David Lynch voice.
Monday's just going to be 30 minutes of you talking just like that. It'll be like, welcome. What is Monday?
What decides what is a day, and if a day can progress to the next day?
Thank you, David. Thank you. It's like he's right here.
It is.
It's like we should do our very first interview with David Lynch.
We should.
We'll just have you do your voices. It'll be David Lynch, and then next day will be Morgan Freeman. Strangely enough, they both sound relatively the same.
Yes. Well, one is crazy.
And the other plays God constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's a difference because one is like,
Hello, I'm David Lynch, and then one's like, hello, I'm Morgan Freeman.
All the difference is your Morgan Freeman just woke up, and your David Lynch has been up for a few hours. That's it. Vocal-wise, that's the only difference.
but
Uh-huh.
Greg Jennings.
Oh, a vocal genius. A man of 1,000 voices.
Greg Jennings.
All right. Well, I guess that brings us to our big news story of the day. I heard you have a good one for us.
I do. Someone tweeted this to me last week during Christmas. Mm-hmm. It's from Psychology Today.
Okay.
And it is from the attraction doctor who is going to tell us, quote, escape the friend zone from friend to girlfriend or boyfriend.
Go on.
So, how do you motivate a friend to be more than friends? How do you move forward from just friends to girlfriend, boyfriend, partner, or lover? How do you escape the friend zone? I often get questions like these from readers asking how to get out of the friend zone. I have also been watching the new MTV show Friend Zone lately, so I decided
Well, then I had to write an article.
So I've decided to share my own advice for how to transition from being just a friend to a girlfriend or just a friend to a boyfriend. Read on and learn how to go from a friend to a lover with a few simple techniques.
MTV is like a scholarly university.
It is. They just produce... They may as well just change their name to, like, Yale TV.
Yeah, MTVU. I think that's a thing, though.
It probably is.
Probably is. Except the only thing on there is, like, drunk college girls at wet t-shirt contests, but same damn thing, really.
And, like, Jersey Shore, but, like, it's, like, with college students from, like, Harvard. They're just like, oh, my. It appears that your calculus is showing...
Yep, that's what does it for them. If you're at Harvard right now, I'm sorry you just heard that because you are probably super turned on right now.
Listen, they're going to be a lawyer and hate their lives anyway. What is the friend zone? For those who don't know, the term friend zone refers to a situation where one individual in a friendship develops more intense feelings and wants to become more than friends with the other person. More often than not, the other person is unaware of the friend's desires and quite happy in the friendship-only arrangement. As a result, the person is, quote, stuck in the friend zone, unable to transition from just friend to girlfriend or boyfriend. Being stuck in a friendship and wanting more can be frustrating positions. Sometimes the frustration is sexually motivated, with one friend desiring a physical relationship with the other. On other occasions, the friends are already sexually involved. Friends with benefits. But there is a motivation to transition into a relationship.
He learned that while watching MTV.
He did. Yeah. In other instances, both motivations play a role. Nevertheless, in any case, wanting more than you are currently getting is a heart-wrenching situation. The friend zone is not an easy place to live. Why does the friend zone happen?
Thank you. I was waiting for the next part. I was like, and?
Before I help you get out of the friend zone, we need to first discuss why people get stuck there in the first place.
Yeah.
Essentially, all relationships are social exchanges. This means that people set up give and take agreements, usually without discussion, to get what they want from the other person and give what they are willing to give. When someone gets stuck in the friend zone, they have entered into an exchange friendship that isn't even. The other person is getting everything he or she wants, but the person that's stuck in the friend zone is not.
So
In
it's
a nutshell,
unfair. I've said that for years. So ladies, put out more. End of story. Look,
This
you don't
is
get a say in this. It's simple economics. If I want more, you should be giving it to me. I don't understand what the problem is. This article explains it all. It's simple economics. You get what you want, so how about a little pinch and squeal?
That's what my mythology teacher used to do. He, after everything he would say, he would just be like,
And he'd be like, so, what's your opinions on Zeus?
And he did that like every 2 minutes. And after a while, it just became white noise, and that was like an 8:30 a.m. class, and I was just like falling asleep.
All right, so continue. I just want to make that clear, fellas and ladies out there who are friend zoning people. You owe it to them, according to this article.
Guy Hero doesn't have a friend zone. He has an attraction aura that just surrounds him.
Guy Hero, when you get near him, you're automatically pregnant.
Yep, that's how it works.
That's how it works.
Even guys.
Even guys.
He says, in a nutshell, the friend zone person sold himself or herself short. They gave their friend everything without making sure they got everything they wanted in return.
Wow, this guy's making it seem like a really horrible, depressing thing.
He is.
Like they gave you. This guy was in the friend zone.
He was.
There was a beautiful girl that he loved, and she gave him no attention, and that's why he's writing this article. Like, 'cause it seems really depressing. He's like, you gave them so much. The only thing missing from this article is, I tried so hard, and got so far on the wrongs of enlightenment.
Let's take a look at some examples to make this point clear.
Oh, okay.
Bob and Jenny are friends.
Uh-huh.
As, quote, friends, Bob pretty much does everything for Jenny. He takes her places, buys her things,
Yep.
listens to all of her problems,
Yep.
and helps her out of trouble.
But he ain't
Bob.
getting any. And so poor Bob is in the friend zone. Yes,
Bob,
I understand.
however, wants to be Jenny's boyfriend. Jenny, though, isn't interested because she's having all of her boyfriend needs met by Bob without having to meet his. She
Right.
can be free, non-committed, and still have all of Bob's effort. That is why Bob is in the friend zone. Sally and Pat are friends with benefits.
See,
They hang out.
it seems to me that Bob should just be like, yo, girl, I love you. And if she says no, then you're like, well, find someone else to drive your ass to the salon, dumb hoe. That's how that ends.
There's the tombstone quote of the day. I was waiting for it.
Find someone else to drive your ass to the salon, you dumb hoe. You're welcome.
Sally and Pat.
Find someone else to drive you to the salon, you dumb hoe. That's how it ends. That's how you walk away with your head held high and your manhood intact.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now let's hear about the girl version.
Okay, well, then there's Sally and Pat, who are friends with benefits. They hang out and hook up. Sally, however, wants to be in a relationship with Pat. Pat, in contrast, is happy just to hook up. Pat is being sexually fulfilled without having to meet Sally's commitment needs. The exchange isn't in Sally's favor, and she has nothing left to bargain with. Therefore, she's stuck in the friend zone.
How? I love the difference between the men version and the female version. If you're a guy and you're in the friend zone, guys in the friend zone, I don't know which is worse. Guys in the friend zone, it's, I want to do you very badly, but you don't want to have sex with me. So here I am doing all your crap and buying you stuff and hanging out with you, thinking one day I'll get some. Girls in the friend zone are just getting plowed left and right according to this, and but they don't get that emotional thing. So they don't, so the guy's like, it was nice banging you, see you tomorrow for more banging. She's like, don't you want to talk? He's like, nah, I gotta go hang out with my bros.
So, it's probably Bob and Pat are friends, and Jenny's banging Pat, and Bob's buying her stuff.
If anything, this just proves that three-ways don't work out.
So now, we have how to escape the friend zone.
Yes, please, you must tell us.
So, to escape the friend zone, you must first realize that all relationships involve negotiation, and you are attempting to renegotiate the current exchange. Essentially, you want more from the other person. Most likely, you have already given too much, and what you really want is for them to balance the scale. Fortunately, there are a few influence principles that do indeed balance the scale.
Oh,
Here's some of them.
do tell.
Number 1, be less interested. The relationship is already imbalanced because you value it more than the other person. Take a step back.
Walk away. That's what I'm saying.
Walk away. Being needy is no way to negotiate. Desperate people end up with what others give them, not what they want. So be less interested and ready to walk away if you don't get the relationship you want.
That is that's man tip number 9012. Just don't be interested. They will come running.
Those who are more willing to walk away and have the power to guide the relationship
But then he doesn't include the fact that if you're willing to walk away, there's a chance that person may not come after you, and you have to be willing to accept that. Like, don't freak out when they're like, she didn't chase after me. Just accept it and move on. Don't freak out.
Number 2, make yourself scarce.
Very nice.
Thank you. I thought about it.
You're learning, much like a robot.
I am RG3. I have learned that making yourself scarce improves your football game.
I don't know about that. I don't know if that's the way it works, RG3.
RG3 feels lonely.
Okay, and?
Spend some time away from your friend and do less for them. If they truly appreciate you, then your absence will make them miss you and want you more. This is the principle of scarcity, where people value something more when it is rare or taken away from them. When you are no longer around as much and tending to their needs, they will most likely feel the loss. This will increase their desire for you and their willingness to meet your needs back. If it doesn't, then they are just not that into you and don't value you.
There you go. There you go.
It's like when you lose something, then you appreciate it.
Right? You don't know what you've got till it's gone. Thank you, 80s.
I remember when my power went out for 3 days, and when it came back on, I hugged my computer.
You don't know what you've got till it's gone. And if he or she does not appreciate you after you're gone, especially a dude, spoiler, if you're banging a guy with friends with benefits kind of levels, and you disappear for 3 days, if he isn't calling you like every single day, then he is, spoiler, not into you at all.
That's why. All right, here's the first tip of our relationship book. Mm-hmm. You want to make them be like they're in the desert trying to get water.
And you're that water.
And you're the water.
You're love water.
That's why it doesn't even matter. Anything else, you just gotta make them just like so thirsty.
For you.
And
thirsty
then
for your love
thirsty
water.
for your love water. And then that's one chapter of our
That's the
book.
name of our book, Love Water. Holy shit. We are geniuses.
Stranded without love water.
No, that's chapter 1, Stranded Without Love Water.
We were so smart.
We are very smart.
Like my whiteboard says.
Okay, what's the
Okay.
other tips?
Create some competition. Go out and make some other friends of the sex you're attracted to. Broaden your social network. Then talk about these new friends with the friend you desire. Competition and a little jealousy are another great way to develop scarcity. People value more what they think they might lose. If you are busy with other people, you might just find your friend a bit more eager and motivated for your time and attention. If you don't see any jealousy, though, then you might not want to be more than friends. In that case, set your sights on someone new.
And for the person out there who's like, but what if I don't have anyone else to hang out with? Then fake it till you make it, bro. Or bro-s. Simply just say, I can't go out with you. I'm hanging out with someone else today. And then stay home and watch Dawson's Creek. I don't know. That's
what Guy Hero does.
Guy Hero is sitting there just crying, like, oh, Pacey! By the way, the fact that I know a character's name on Dawson's Creek besides someone named Dawson, I don't.
You have dropped 5 rungs on the ladder of consciousness.
Now I can sit in my backyard and just pound my fists like, Joey said his hair
Bobby has a red shirt. That's gonna be you.
Yeah,
Jesse has a red shirt.
I'm already there.
If people looking to find that video, it's something about clowns. David Lynch clowns. Just look it up.
Yeah, it's like something about clowns in a rubber suit. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Rubber suit
I
clowns?
don't-
Something creepy like that.
Something with clowns.
It has, spoiler, there are no clowns in it.
It's not. Number 4, get them to invest. Ask your friend to do things for you. Contrary to popular belief, people like you more when they do favors for you. They capitalize that when they do favors for you.
The man is what they're saying. The man. When the man does favors for you.
Rather than when you do the favor for them. This is called the Ben Franklin effect.
What?
The more they invest in the relationship, the more you will mean to them. So stop doing favors and start asking for them.
Very nice. That's true. That's definitely true. You have to abuse every relationship you can before they abuse you.
That's chapter 2 of our book.
Abuse them before they abuse you.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Number 5, be rewarding. Don't forget to be grateful and reward your friend when they behave as you desire. After they are good to you,
After you've mind controlled them and twisted them morally, behave for me.
this is chapter 3. After they are good to you, remember to be good back to them. Being attentive and affectionate only when they do what you like encourages them to continue those behaviors. Also, ignoring them when they seem to behave badly helps reduce unwanted behaviors. Always remember to keep an environment of mutual gratitude.
It's like, you didn't bring me flowers today. Away with you. But I love you. No. No love.
It is very equivalent to Pavlov's dogs, where he trained the dogs to salivate when there was food, ringing the bell. Such as so.
That's like...
Oh my god. I'm gonna try to classical condition you.
How? What?
Okay. Every time we hear the word David Lynch, you're gonna think of hot chocolate.
I don't think that's how it works.
It does.
You would have to give me hot chocolate every time that you... Like, every time you say David Lynch, you'd have to bring me a cup of hot chocolate. And then eventually, when you say David Lynch, there wouldn't be hot chocolate there, and I'd be like, where's the hot chocolate? That's how that
Yes.
would work. But you're
But-
like, I'm just gonna ring a bell at you.
No, but when I ring the bell now and talk about David Lynch and you think of hot chocolate, every time I ring the bell, it's gonna go into your mind.
Not at all.
It will. And I will condition it.
That is chapter 4. Go into your mind. All right, what else do we have? Are we done with this article?
Here's his conclusion.
Okay.
It is possible to dig out of an uneven friend zone exchange. With a little persuasion and influence, go for what you want in a relationship and don't settle for less. Just remember to focus on your own worth. Don't be desperate and be willing to walk away. Allow some space for the other person to miss you. Make some friends outside of that friendship and create a little competition too. Finally, let that friend invest in you and reward them for it. If they truly value you in their life, then they will be much more likely to take the relationship to the next level. If they don't, you already have some new friends, your self-respect, and 1 foot out the door, smiley face.
That's a good way to end that article, I think.
That is.
Respecting yourself is more important than getting with friend zone person. That's how I want to end this. I just want to be like, respect yourself. All right, that's it, guys. Thank you for listening, and we will be back on Monday. Woo! God, I want a hot chocolate.
That was the wrong bell.
Oh, whoops. Hey! Whenever I hear bells now, no matter what bell it is, I'm just going to be like, hot chocolate! No! No, get out of my head! No! Swiss Miss! Swiss Miss!
Why are you friend zoning me, Swiss Miss?
That's it, we're done. See you guys Monday.